think of a few other things that could shift the demand for eggs. So the prices of other goods could affect the demand for eggs. For example, you can think of a good that is a substitute for egg, a good that you will either eat eggs or maybe you'll eat something else. Here in America, for example, eggs are commonly eaten for breakfast, and so are cereals. So you can think of cereal and egg as being substitutes for each other. So suppose, for example, that the price of a substitute, the price of cereal, increases. What will happen to the demand for eggs? The price of cereals goes up, the price of the substitute increases. People won't buy cereal, and instead they will buy eggs. So if the price of the substitute increases, the demand for eggs is going to shift out. And if the price of cereal drops, people will buy cereal, and as a result, they won't buy eggs, and the demand for eggs will shift in. You can also think of goods that are complements with eggs, things that you buy together with eggs. So I come from the Middle East, and we have a dish called shakshuka, which is a mixture of eggs and tomatoes. And so how would the price of tomatoes affect the demand for eggs? So this is a case of a complement. So what happens if the price of the complement increases, if the price of tomatoes increases? Price of tomatoes goes up. I don't buy my tomatoes, so I won't be making my shakshuka. And if I won't be making my shakshuka, I don't need the eggs. So in the case of a complement, the price of the complement goes up. The demand for my good will actually shift in. And the opposite is also true. If the price of the complement goes down, I buy more tomatoes, I'm going to buy more eggs, the demand for eggs will shift out. So again, the price of other goods will affect the demand for eggs. What else? I'm sure many of you thought of things like taste or weather or an advertising campaign. For example, if we learn that eggs don't have as much cholesterol as we thought, maybe we'll go out there and we'll rush and buy more eggs. This will be a shift of the demand curve out. If, for example, we are all convinced to be vegans, that's a change in taste, and that will shift the demand curve in. Okay, if people tend to eat more eggs when the weather's cold, that's a shift of the demand curve out as the weather changes. And you can think of other such changes. I'm going to lump them all together under this rubric of taste, other demand shifters. Last but not least, I just want to mention the importance of expectations about future prices. If I know, for example, that the price of eggs will increase tomorrow, I might rush out there and buy my eggs today instead of waiting until tomorrow. Thinking about expectations is technically a little bit difficult because along the demand curve, we have expectations. And what shifts the demand curve is not the expectations themselves, but actually a change in these expectations. I find thinking about future prices and the change in our expectations a little bit challenging in this part of our career. So in my course, I'm going to skip this part. You will see we'll have plenty to practice and think about as we think about the effect of income, prices of other goods, and things regarding taste, weather, and so on.